golfer 2 with a possible birdie. Golfer 1 putting for birdie. Golfer 2 first up. Golfer 1, final tee shot. That one hit a bush. Here is golfer 2. Golfer 1 looking for a birdie. Returning to golfer 2. That saved the putt.
There you have it, another great round of golf. Let's take a look at some of the Golden Tee moments of the game. It all started with this shot. But yet, there was more. After this, there was no stopping her. And when things go wrong, winners find a way. But no round is perfect, as we saw with this shot. And then we saw this. Well, it's been quite a day. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for playing Golden Tee Golf.
Hello, friend.
Golfer 1 with a shot at eagle. Yes, count it. It's in. Golfer 2 holding the putter. Okay, pars it. With honors, golfer 1. Great drive. That one stayed up a long time. Golfer 2 is ready to tee off.
Identification time. Let's check in. Ton.
Joining me today in the tower is Peter Jacobson. Golfer 1 at the tee.
All right, thank you guys so much for joining us. We're jumping into Schroeder versus BB right now. Kevin Lindsay is going to be jumping back on the mic and giving you guys the Haas of commentary +1 in just a moment. So thanks again for watching. Please make sure to share the stream. I do realize it was a little choppy earlier. We've had some internet issues that we've done our best to troubleshoot so far. So hopefully everything's looking good for you guys. You're enjoying the stream. Please share it on your preferred social media. And Kevin will be joining you in just a little bit.
Unbelievable. What a massive drive.
Golfer 1 with a follow-up. Golfer 2. That's the way to get it close. Golfer 1 to strike the ball. Count it. Over to golfer 2. Who needs a putter? Ready to tee off. It's golfer 1. Golfer 2, now on tee.
Get the blade. That's on the green.
Golfer 1. Golfer 2 with this for birdie. Golfer 1 to putt. Birdie 3. Golfer 1 ready to hit.
That one will check up nice.
Golfer 2 up at the tee.
About face.
Golfer 2 putting for birdie. Back to the talented golfer 2.
That's right in the fairway.
There's a little razzle-dazzle on this one. Golfer 1 with a bid for eagle. Golfer 2 prepares to putt. An eagle on this par 5. And now the tee shot of golfer 1.
There's a pin seeker.
Golfer 2 ready to hit. Well, it's on the green, Peter. Golfer 2 on the green, trying for eagle. That's in the cup. Golfer 1 trying for eagle. Golfer 1 up at the tee.
The spin's bringing it back.
Golfer 2 on tee. Look at that backspin. Golfer 2 has this for birdie. In the cup. Golfer 1, a shot for birdie. Up first, golfer 1. What a picturesque drive that was. Golfer 2 at the tee.
Nice drive.
Golfer 1 is up. From a nice lie. How about that shot, Peter? Golfer 2.
It's the good part of the lawn. You have to get it to the pin.
Golfer 2 with an eagle putt. Golfer 1 on the green, trying for eagle. Golfer 1 from the tee box.
She launched that one.
Watch this one back up. Golfer 2 up at the tee. Golfer 2 holding a putter. He's got the eagle. Golfer 1 with an eagle attempt. Golfer 1 on tee.
All right, guys, as you can tell, we are dealing with a little bit of internet issues. So instead of having commentators on stream right now where the games could get choppy, we're trying to kind of figure out the best way to move forward with the situation at hand. We've pretty much done everything that we can from our end. We're trying to get the Wi-Fi in the facility turned off. Obviously, a lot of people are connecting on that on their phones, which is probably eating up a good amount of our bandwidth. So thank you guys for joining us and watching this broadcast, and I appreciate you hanging with us through the potential, a little bit of stuttering and all that good stuff. So, again, we'll have commentary in a little bit, but right now we're just kind of sourcing this internet situation and, yeah, enjoy the action.
Golfer 2, now on tee. Golfer 1, off a perfect fairway lie. Over to golfer 2. Golfer 1 trying for birdie. Golfer 2, this left for birdie. On tee now, golfer 1.
What the?
Golfer 2 is ready to tee off.
Very nice.
Peter, this might be in the drink.
Not this time, Jim. He's breathing easy.
Returning to golfer 1.
That's close. Great shot.
Back again to golfer 2.
This guy's magic around the green.
Golfer 1 ready to putt. That's a nice par 5 birdie. Golfer 2 up at the tee.
He launched that one.
Let's watch the tee shot of golfer 1.
This will work.
Golfer 2 with a bid for eagle. That putt made it, Peter. Golfer 1 with a look at eagle. Next up, golfer 2. Ready to tee it up, golfer 1. It has a shot. Golfer 2 with a birdie effort. In the cup. Golfer 1 looking at a birdie. With honors, it's golfer 2.
That's trouble-free. Nice start.
Ready to tee off, it's golfer 1.
That's a great drive, Jim.
Golfer 2. It's on, Peter. Now hitting is golfer 1.
Get there.
Golfer 1 putting here for eagle. Golfer 2 about to putt. It's in for an eagle 3. Golfer 2 up at the tee.
Whoa.
And now the tee shot of golfer 1. Golfer 2 with an eagle putt. It drops in. Golfer 1 trying for par. Golfer 2 hits first. Let's watch the tee shot of golfer 1. Is that enough to get over?
Not in the bunker, Jim.
Over to golfer 1. Golfer 2 to hit. Just a little spin here. Golfer 2 on the green. In the hole for eagle. Golfer 1 with a shot at eagle. First up, it's golfer 2. Take out the putter.
Looks like she's buying.
She'll be happy with this. Golfer 2 for birdie with this putt. Golfer 1 needs this for birdie. On the tee for the final lap, it's golfer 2. That's not good. And now the final tee shot of golfer 1. Here again is golfer 2. Golfer 2 is putting. And in for par. Golfer 1 will be putting. A great eagle putt. Golfer 2, ready to putt. Nice birdie. Golfer 1, trying for eagle. With honors, it's golfer 1. Ready at the tee, it's golfer 2.
It clipped the leaves.
Golfer 1 to take a go at it. Golfer 2.
Wow, that's really on target.
Golfer 2 needs this for birdie. Golfer 1 preparing to putt. Nice work for the birdie. Golfer 1 up at the tee. On the green, that'll work. Golfer 2 from the tee box.
Look out.
Golfer 1, this left for birdie. Put it on the card. Golfer 2, trying for birdie. Golfer 1, ready to hit. Ready at the tee, it's golfer 2.
He's got no excuses from this lie, Jim.
Golfer 1.
That hit right by the hole.
Back to golfer 2.
This guy's magic around the green.
Golfer 1 with an eagle attempt. Golfer 1 from the tee box. That definitely hit tree. Next up, it's golfer 2.
love it.
Back to the talented golfer 1.
There you go.
Golfer 2 with a shot at eagle. On tee now, golfer 1. Golfer 2 now on tee. That's some distance, Peter. With club in hand, it's golfer 1.
Off the flagstick.
Golfer 2 is up. Golfer 1, a birdie putt. Golfer 2 with a birdie effort. Golfer 1 has honors. Look at that backspin. Ready to tee it up, it's golfer 2. He'll be happy with this. Golfer 1.
Touch shot here, Jim. Let's watch the finesse.
Golfer 2 from the fringe. Nice touch. Golfer 1, this left for par. Golfer 2 has honors.
That's a home run. Wow.
Ready to tee off, it's golfer 1. A drive to remember. Golfer 2 with a follow-up.
From the fairway. Ooh, this looks good, Jim.
Back to golfer 1. Here again is golfer 1. What a delicate set of hands. Golfer 2 with a chance at birdie. First to hit, it's golfer 2.
That's too much.
On tee now, it's golfer 1.
Wow, what a poke. This is a nice lie. Perfect.
Over to golfer 2.
Never up, never in.
Golfer 2 putting here for eagle. It drops in. Golfer 1 to hit.
This guy's magic around the greens.
On the tee for the final lap, golfer 2.
What a shot.
On the tee for the final lap, it's golfer 1. The drive was a whopper, Peter. On the green in pretty good shape, Peter. Golfer 2. Golfer 2, a nice birdie opportunity. Golfer 1, a nice birdie opportunity.
All right, welcome back to the 2020 Wisconsin Open. I'm Kevin Lindsay alongside Brandon Robinson. Brandon, thank you, buddy, for being here.
Of course.
We are taking a look at the Friday night handicap tournament. Brandon, you want to explain the handicap tournament for our new viewers?
So yeah, the handicap tournament's a pretty cool thing to get get started in, because it's a nice way to introduce yourself into match play. Mm-hmm. It's a kind of an icebreaker, I guess you could say.
No, it's actually a really good point, because Thursday, Thursday is the every so often, you get a good crowd, 20 to 30, 50 people playing location.
Sure.
But Friday's the real solid night where you're going to get at least 80, if not more. I'm not good at math. There's a lot of people behind us.
Yeah, there are.
I'm not even going to try to guess.
Nope.
But
neither.
But it's good because like you said, it's the kind of that entry-level head-to-head match play these guys are going to experience on Sunday.
What it is to play a match.
Exactly. On Saturday, it's going to be the 5-course qualifier. It looks like these guys went into sudden death.
So it's Jed Beebe.
Yep. But these guys, I think it looks they're shaking hands after 9. It looks like one of these guys finished out in sudden death, most likely.
Or either talking it over, or I think
that seems talking it over too much for a regular match.
But Friday night's a good icebreaker to understand what it is to play in a match, right? Because match play is a totally different thing than just playing by yourself or just playing with your buddies at the bar. Like when you're playing at the bar, you're competing against 49 other people. When you're playing in a match, it's you and that person.
Right.
That's all.
What we'll see a lot over the weekend, not so much on Saturday, because Saturday is a 5-course qualifier. So like
Sure.
I said a little bit earlier, there are 6 active courses. It is Lake Powell, Oakwood Hills, Coral Ridge, our GT 3D Golf Remaster course. What else am I missing? Grand Tetons we just saw.
Dodge City.
And then what's the other new one? Oh, Jamaica Bay. So what Power Events will do is they'll randomize those 5 out of the 6 courses tomorrow morning. If we can get a scoop, if they do it earlier, we'll post that on Golden Tee's social media, at Golden Tee, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, to try to give you guys an inside scoop of what the qualifying scores we might see, because we had Coral Ridge in Florida, and
it
Coral
changes
Ridge,
things.
when I say Golden Tee 3D Golf, I'm talking Golden Tee 1997. And
before Kevin was born.
Right. I actually was playing in diapers on that course. But it is a course near and dear to my heart, because that's one of the first courses I truly remember playing as a young kid in some of these restaurants and arcades. But, the par on that course is 23 to 26, maybe 27.
Sure.
And so
it's a swinger. It's a swinger course.
It's much different than, the other newer courses, which are 29 to 31 under par.
Yeah.
So...
it's a full-on swinger course.
Exactly. I mean, there's a lot that can happen. Now, I feel like we'll probably see Coral Ridge again.
Something tells me there could be a randomization, right?
Something tells me that Coral Ridge will be played this weekend because it's always a fun course, and it definitely, no matter what courses are chosen on Saturday for qualifier, all the online
wide open for on
prize
Sunday.
play courses are wide open. Now, Castle Shire, which is tonight's Freaky Friday, you've seen the front nine, you've seen the back nine.
Fun course, by the way.
Yes, you've never seen them together, but all 18 holes, unedited, unfiltered, in Freaky Friday. It is, what is it, 9:16 Central Time, which means you've got 2 hours, 46 minutes, and about 43 minutes.
Well, 43 and change.
Yes.
Yeah, if you got
in my
technical.
head, I said it.
Yeah,
right.
I got you.
But if you've never played Castle Shire, go out there and play it. Now, that course doesn't come out in live 50-man contest play until a few weeks from now, so you won't see that this weekend. But that Coral Ridge is really going to make a difference.
It's a pleasure to be sitting alongside
Castle
one of
Shire.
the real ambassadors of the game.
Oh, Coral Ridge tomorrow.
One and only
Got you.
Peter
Okay.
Jacobson.
Got you.
Peter?
Yeah,
I appreciate
100%.
I appreciate what you're trying to do there.
Yeah, I saw what you were going with that.
All right, so we just saw Bell. He clearly won. Now he's playing against 10. These guys are playing on Lake Powell. Brad Baird actually joined me a little bit earlier, and we were talking about this course.
Now the tee shot
a lot of
of
viability
golfer
here, volatility here because rocks, water, a lot of holes that could potentially swing course in somebody else's favor.
And this course will challenge your everyday, not top tier player, right? It will challenge your 26 handicap, your 25 handicap. There are some holes that will challenge them, and even the 29 handicap.
Right, we saw in Florida, hole 17, a nasty setup where the pin was tucked in the top left behind rocks, and if you watered it, you got dropped on rocks, and then you were chipping from the cliffs over a rock onto the green with not much play, and guys were putting it right back in the water. So, obviously, a lot can happen between now and hole 16, 17. But this should be a fun course. At this point, I'd have to double-check with our tournament directors, but I'm pretty sure these guys, at this point, either have won their entry into tomorrow's main event or this is the final match
that will
determine
whoever wins this gets their entry.
Right, and it's not just these guys. There's a lot. I think we have, I want to say 80 people signed up for Handicap tournament, maybe?
That's a good number.
Sounds like it. I might just be making it up, but you're going to get about, 5 to 10 people that will get their free entry because we're going to have 105 to 120 people realistically come Saturday morning.
Yeah, I think the sign-up list was 114.
Yeah, I printed about that many player cards, and of course you always have the guys that come up last minute.
Sure.
Florida, we had a lot of travel issues, but still solid numbers there. I expect the same thing for the Wisconsin Open here.
Yeah, I mean, and as we know, you've been to all of these, and I've been to a lot of them. But this venue here is the setup is absolutely the best of all of the events. I mean, there's not of course outside of New Orleans.
Correct.
Of course,
good answer.
However, all of the other events of the 6 that the PGT does every year, this right here is top notch.
Well, and this year especially, so Sussex Bull, Stefan, his wife Cassie, and their team, this is their 9th year. This is the 3rd year as part of Power Events, Golden Tee / National GT Tour.
Sure.
And this year they've actually shut the back room off from everybody else, so there's nobody playing pool. They set up the pool tables as drink tables.
Yep.
They got garbage cans at every spot. And the food, of course, is great. The service is great. The drink specials are great. Wish Brian Bernhardt was here for $5 DCDC, Devil Captains, Diet Cokes, but
it feels weird without him, doesn't it?
Duty calls when it comes to family, but I do miss my buddy and my commentating partner, and I know we'll hear from him throughout the chat.
Yeah, I hope he's listening too.
He better be.
I'm thinking he's hanging out in the living room, or maybe he's at the office right now.
Yes, he's definitely at the office playing.
These are his office hours, so
that's a hit and run.
Exactly.
About
but maybe he has it on his phone. Maybe he's listening, but we'll give him a shout.
And regardless of where you're listening, watching, streaming, etc., whether it's on Facebook, Twitch, Mixer, YouTube, make sure that you're following Golden Tee on all of our social media platforms at Golden Tee. Share the streams tonight, tomorrow, Sunday especially.
Yeah, and you guys even do a lot of little random promotions too, right?
Yeah, we'll do some giveaways. It was a good shot. Now, these guys, I'm pretty sure they're close in handicaps. The thing that's tough with the handicap tournament and the scores with handicap is that until hole 18 finishes, you're not going to know exactly how many strokes the better player might be giving up.
Because of the handicap system?
Yes, because of how the handicap system works. I don't want to get into that conversation because I've already listened to enough on the Pod More Get Better podcast on my drive up from Chicago. But
by the way, a great podcast.
Yes, wonderful podcast.
It is a fun podcast. Very good information. Check it out.
For birdie.
But, so early on, you really just got to focus on these guys head-to-head play. And you take a look, you see the national 50-player leaderboard for prize play, and then you see these guys, Tink, is giving up an extra stroke there.
Yeah, so that's where it's at right now. So
and that's Taylor Bell. So Taylor Bell giving up the extra stroke here to Hen.
Yeah, Taylor Bell, a Houston guy, right? Outside of Houston.
Yep.
Big Astros fan. Big fan of
as
cheaters.
far as that goes,
Okay, that was just my joke.
Up at the tee.
We'll just call him Todd Pentecoff.
I'll pretend I didn't hear that. I'm just kidding. That's a good joke.
Thank you. All right, so hole 4, it's 358. This is actually a pretty solid look. I've definitely experienced the 390 look where even with the headwind, it's tough to get there.
But see, the thing is, too, he's got the 9.5, which me personally, if I had the 9.5, which I don't shoot it, but I can't see why he couldn't get there without the high tee. See how long that went? I think he could have got there with a medium tee.
For 362 that he was, that he should have needed it. But, I could see him playing it safe. He's
It's a little too
given up a
safe.
stroke. He knows this is a vital course, where he could, gain some strokes pretty easy and also lose them pretty damn quick.
But
too.
his safe play wasn't necessarily a safe play.
No, he should have taken a 10.5 degree driver if he was going to use no tee, and just put bite on it and took the high pin.
Because you got to think about it. That that hole is the elevation's so downhill, and every time you're shooting downhill, you're going to gain some distance. It's just like regular golf. I mean,
Exactly.
go to your local course, and you're gonna shoot it. If you're gonna have a tee box on a par 3, and your green is 30 40 feet below where you're teeing off. Well, guess what? That's an extra club. I mean, you don't have to. Instead of shooting an 8-iron, you're going to shoot a 9-iron because it's going to go that far. Same concept in Golden Tee.
And you'll see that a lot,
two
in Lake
at the
Powell
tee.
especially. And the other
How
thing
about Oakwood too?
Oakwood, but the elevation change in Lake Powell was really the key difference maker, I think. That hole not as much, but sometimes that drivable par 4 can make or break a difference.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Especially early on too, which is which I like. I like an early switcher because it makes it a little more exciting. And because the thing is too, there are plenty of holes after hole 4.
Right, and that's why we're
can swing
saying
again.
16 and 17 are so critical. Whether you're winning the game, you're losing the game, or you're tied, it's just you never know until you get that setup. 16 being that par 4 with a tiered green and an elevation change.
Yep. And think about those crosswinds too. Those crosswinds are really wreak some havoc on a tee shot on 16.
Yep.
Because with the elevation change, and then your crosswind's going to be affecting your ball a little bit differently than it would if it was just level up. So there's nice shot. That's a good shot. But yeah, there's a lot of things. The 16 is a cool hole. I like the fact that you can actually, if you do get stuck on that bottom tier, you still have the chance to eagle,
Yes,
which is a good thing.
Always good.
It's going to be a challenge. Don't get me wrong, but
It's
good
in.
putt.
Golfer 1 with a look at eagle.
And feel free, whether it's myself,
things
Brandon,
off is
any of the other
golfer
guys
one.
or gals that might jump on the stream here throughout the weekend, be sure ask us questions about the courses, ask us questions about some of the stuff IT's doing, and I may or may not tell you, depending on how much you send to my PayPal account. But on the flip side of that, we'll talk about the weekend, the tournament, power events, the national tour, the World Championship coming up June 12th through the 14th. Not only we're going to have the Golden Tee World Championship, as most people know, but also the Golden Tee Mobile World Championship. And if you have not downloaded the Golden Tee Golf app for Android or Apple, make sure you go do that right now.
Yeah, and it's a quick search. Just Golden Tee. Is it Golden Tee Mobile as a search?
Golden Tee Golf or Golden Tee Mobile.
Okay.
You should already have the Golden Tee Caddy app, so don't re-download the app you already have.
Yeah, you already have that one.
Download the other one. But a lot of fun. Rocky Hollow actually coming out on Monday, the front 9 of that.
Yep,
This could be a shot of the week. Oh, nope, just kidding.
Nope, not going to catch back. I'll tell you what, though, I'm kind of surprised by that shot there.
Yeah, but again, it doesn't seem like it on the screen, but
is ready to tee off.
not as much on this setup, but still a slight elevation change.
Oh, no, it's definitely downhill.
When you use a wood, a lot of people aren't going to necessarily, realize that. Now, he's using the 6.
And see, and this is where I disagree. He's got a 2-iron. He's got a 2-iron. He can minimize that crosswind.
No.
I mean, that's a safe shot, but
yeah, and I wonder what kind of golf balls he's using.
he might be a stout guy, judging by the way that went.
That's kind of what I'm thinking, too. And I'm also looking over here, forgetting that I've got a monitor right here. Not used to this dual
You can
screen
share
action.
my monitor.
I'll
share it with you.
I'm not used to this dual screen action.
Yeah, well, we're upgrading around here.
Good. It's good, though.
It's an upgrade
So
move.
when my neck starts hurting, I can go, all right, Cairo says, turn it this way and look.
Hey, in the tournament after that, we might have a Cairo hanging out right behind you.
Yes, I'm going to talk to my girls at Cairo 1 in Vernon Hills and see if they want to make some travel.
Yeah.
Now, talking about the Podmore Get Better podcast, they had a good segment on the Wisconsin Open and also who we're missing. So, Stenmark,
A lot of big players.
Luna, Bernhardt, Duncan.
Everybody you just mentioned, guys that can win tournaments.
Easily.
Have won
yes,
tournaments.
Within the last year.
Yep.
And could easily win tournaments. Oh, man, now that I'm on the spot and I brought it up, I can't remember. But there was a solid 10 to 15 people.
To stop.
Oh, it's a good shot by Taylor.
JoJo.
No, Haas,
Fox is
here. Haas will be here tomorrow morning.
Yep, right
So
and early.
those guys, Haas is one of those that
JoJo, though, is not coming.
JoJo's another one. Sean Gervais, even though he had his hand injury, did make it, which was good to see. Sean has been, his tournament runs, he has not had the best of luck. He's one of those guys where you don't talk about luck a lot when it comes to these tournaments, but I have to because he's literally shot 32 unders on 29 under par courses
And lost.
How do you shoot a 30, 31, much less a 32, and lose to 33?
Yeah, I mean, when the Golden Tee par is 29 and you're shooting a 32 under, we call that a 3 better.
Right, and he lost to a 4 better, and I believe it was Evan Gossett, actually.
I mean, that's just that is complete bad luck, and it's unfortunate because that guy can, Sean can, he can throw down some scores.
And
He's a great player.
Exactly, and Sean had a hand injury, and he started playing with his non-dominant hand, and he posted a couple pictures on Golden Tee Fan of his wins, his 50-man prize play contest wins, just to show people that, hey, I might be injured and, kind of slow off a little bit, but I'm still here.
Shot indeed.
Yeah, and see, the only time I ever play left-handed is against my girlfriend.
You're so sweet.
But what can I say? But see, the problem is she beats me.
Right.
But,
and then you guys play Golden Tee.
This will grab and hold, Peter.
Comedy hour,
Boy,
love it.
not a good lie.
But
I'll give it to you. I'll give you that one.
don't tell my girlfriend. But
I know nothing.
all right, so
I'm telling her everything.
So,
it's golfer 2.
the tough thing for Taylor is he's down 3 strokes going into hole 9 because of that handicap difference. Because Taylor plays much. I don't know exactly what he's playing monthly now, but I know he's playing more than Hen is. And I think Hen is more of a casual player. Now that's tough. He's going to have to probably look at the look in the camera. He's like,
let's take a look at this pin.
That? Yeah.
Oh, he does not want to be there with that pin because he needs to spin that.
Yeah, he's going to be in the rough. He actually might be in the dirt.
Golfer 2.
And he's on the cliff.
Which is
now that's actually not
that's
bad.
actually better than the rough.
He's going to lose spin, but he can still he's still got a lot of green behind him to play with. He would much rather have the pin in the back where he can take this 5-wood and roll it. But you know what? I thought it was going to be a lot worse.
Yeah.
Where the ball dropped.
No, I thought, the thing is, I expected a thumb here.
Ooh.
And, well.
All right, well, yeah.
Thumb might have been the better decision there, but.
Smells what the Rockets cooking. Let's just go with that. That was actually a really nice bounce because if that was me hitting it in the Golden Tee Lounge, I would have went straight in the water.
Oh, whatever. When you were in the Golden Tee Lounge, you get the craziest hole-in-ones. I've seen them.
Oh, yeah, 1 hole-in-1 that was good. Nobody, you hit 1 good hole-in-1 off 2 rocks, and everyone bats an eye. But, you actually shoot terribly or hit like normal shots, and everyone's like, "Oh, that's normal."
Two.
Yawn.
Normal Kevin.
Yep, yawn. Or yeah, I can either shoot a 15 on a live stream or a 30. It's really fun. Yeah, you know.
Oh,
yes,
you know,
this is true. You didn't know that.
You are you're the champion, huh?
I am the undisputed
Wow.
king of the ring.
Look at
and
you.
closest to the pin champion of
I
Wisconsin
didn't know I was
Open.
sitting next to royalty.
This, you know, I don't like to bring it up a lot, but when the people in our ears like to talk and they share
Hey.
you share that information, you know, you gotta talk.
Where's your crown?
It's actually at the shoe shiner. He's spiffing up a little bit.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
have it
So we'll
tomorrow.
see it tomorrow?
Yep.
All right. Okay. Wow. How about that? Now I
Yeah.
feel even more
I
special to
beat
be on this stream with
23
you
other
right now.
people yesterday.
Man.
And I had a
Looks
wireless
like
mic.
he's
I think that's
buying.
the key. Anytime I get the chance to play in close to the pin or money shot, I just need to have a mic, a wireless mic, and then I just.
You know, it's like the XFL. You know, we love hearing all the
Yes.
commentary from the XFL
This is true.
as the game's going on. And I'm going to tell you this: last night I was out at my local, establishment playing a few games of Golden Tee, and I went outside for a minute and I tuned into the live stream and I saw you against I think it was MJ. Was it MJ?
No, he wasn't here yet.
No, it was it Brewer? No, who did you?
I beat Brewer.
Was it maybe it was Brewer?
Well, I
Either way.
beat Brewer. I beat Fitz.
It was Fitz. It was Fitz
Oh,
when I
yeah,
caught
because
it.
we both had mics.
Yes.
And
I-
Fitz is a funny guy. And actually, hopefully, if we do a live stream of some casual Golden Tee games and some Target Toss Pro tonight, we're going to have a few more mics after
Wait.
we get done with the handicap tournament here.
She's a little
shortly.
short on that
You just
one.
mentioned Target Toss
Golfer
Pro,
one
huh?
with a
Did.
look
TTT.
at Eagle.
That is a fun game.
TTTP.
Wow.
D.
Yeah, yes.
Target Toss
Where's
Pro
that
darts
at?
is
On the
machine
card.
number 2.
Oh,
We actually have
Golfer
2 Nighthawks in
with
there.
a bid.
nicely done. That'll be interesting. Is that?
In the hole.
Are we going to be able to do that here?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's the plan.
cool.
First
We're
off
actually
the
we
tee
were talking
is
about last
golfer
night about
two.
getting a tournament set up because some of those older games from IT have like the Power Putt and Target Toss have like the 9 to 16 people tournament option, I think,
Sure.
which would be fun. Although it would probably take us 3 weeks to get done tonight.
Well, I'm gonna tell you a quick funny story if anybody wants to listen. But everybody on the stream, some of you may or may not know a guy named Lemonades, aka Jeff Lannon. However, so back in the day when Jeff Lannon and I were learning Golden Tee,
This is one.
we
large
also
tee shot,
were
Jim.
introduced to a game called Target
Golfer
Toss
one
Pro.
is ready to tee off.
And we would go to a local establishment and we would play Target Toss Pro. And we would be playing for $20 a game. And, with our Golden Tee skills, we were able to kind of manipulate that trackball to know what we were doing. We would have, 20, 30 people at the bar watching us play for $20. And I'm gonna make something up here and say that I beat him every time.
Oh, yeah.
Razzle-dazzle
Is he
on
going to be here
call.
this weekend?
No,
Back again.
no, he's
That's another one.
yeah,
Another one who we don't mention enough.
one of the best guys in the game.
He's one of the best around, and no one's ever going to keep him down. But he's got family.
Rocky would say the same thing too.
You guys are everyone's getting old, and they got families and they got responsibilities, as my friends from the Rugrats would say. But, Jeff Lannon's another guy. He is at Illinois, so he's about, 2.5 hours here, 3 hours maybe?
Yeah, about
depending on
2.5.
traffic.
Yep.
We don't
Yes.
talk enough about him, like I was
Golfer
saying,
one
but
with the putter.
I would say top 20 player.
Oh, top 20.
Nice
You're not giving him enough there.
Well, and I
He's
say
a top
that,
10
no,
easy.
He is,
Two,
but
looking
how much is he playing?
I would say he's still up there.
It's golfer
Good amount of
two.
games a month. The thing is, though, the difference between Jeff Lannon and a lot of these other guys is, Jeff Lannon doesn't necessarily like to come to tournaments much, so you have to, there's the everyday games that you have to consider, and then your
head-to-head
performance in
tournament
a head-to-head
Yeah,
tournament.
like we were talking about.
But every time Jeff Lannon shows up to one of these, he doesn't fold. He puts a good run on. He put a really good run on at
because
the Orleans.
he knows when to hold them and he knows when to fold them.
Yeah.
Here's the back
I'm just
spin.
all full of those.
Wow.
Bet the tee.
I mean, he'll be here all night, everybody.
Yeah, we need the sound effects. I got to get my production guys to start.
Yeah, we need a
adding
drum for sure.
this. But
No doubt about that. All right, so now we can find out exactly what he's shooting because I would imagine that
these
is
stouts. There was no way that was not stouts.
because that
way
cut
that's
was
what-
minimal.
yeah.
Strike the ball.
That cut was very minimal. That would be like a 3 mile an hour wind, well,
Yes.
maybe 5.
All right, so let's talk as these guys get closer down the line to actually find out who the winners would be here as we finish up hole 12 and par 3. Out of the guys we know they're going to be here this weekend, who do you think has the best chance of winning?
Well, we got, who can forget about Andy Haas coming here tomorrow morning?
Now on
But
tee.
One of the best ever.
Miss Florida didn't have a really good showing in Austin.
Kept it in the short grass.
I can't remember for sure,
On
but
tee now. It's golfer 1.
Haas is two-time world champ. But
How can you argue anything with Haas?
when was the last time Haas won a tournament?
Didn't he win in Austin?
What a picturesque drive that was.
I'm pretty sure he
Yeah,
bought
you're-
shots in
no,
Austin.
I was thinking
What
of.
a nice line.
No, you're right. I was thinking about. Yeah. No, I was thinking about him, and I was thinking about Duncan too, because Duncan obviously won NIV, and then showed up in Austin, and that's who Haas beat.
Yeah, because they had that on the big screen. Yeah.
Yep.
Watch it.
Oh, yeah, so you got a Haas here this weekend. And, you know what? Guy that just walked by me right now, Will Sandstad. Tell you what, this guy's been playing some Golden Tee lately. Just saying.
Actually, now that I think about it, okay, with all due respect to Andy, yes, he won Austin, but that was his first tournament win in a long time.
Sure, but he's also backed off his
This one
games a
needs
little bit.
enhancement.
Right.
Raising a
when
family.
Right, but I'm
an
saying,
eagle
he
putt.
won a tournament in December. Well, now we're March.
Yeah, but you're running hot still. There's a thing called momentum, right? Like,
But does he still have it? Oh, Lance Harris is the other one.
he's not here.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Out of the top guys that,
Sure.
we're like, these guys aren't.
Well, all right, here's it.
Yeah, I don't think Adam
Yeah,
Harris
he
is
finished,
gonna
and
be
Adam
second.
Harris finished second, right? And
Yeah, in
in
Florida.
St. Cloud, yeah. Chris Brewer, though, the winner, is here. Who's to say he can't make a run on Sunday?
Right. No, Chris is definitely one of those guys, again, coming hot off that win exactly a month ago.
Yep.
So
He's
he
got
can
some
definitely
momentum
do it.
running.
Yep. Although I beat him in close to the pin yesterday on my road to being the undefeated close to the pin champion of the world. But
Shameless plug.
closest to the pin, much different than head-to-head matches.
Sure, yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, there it is.
There we go. They've done it. That's what I was looking
At the
for.
tee.
Now I can retire for tonight.
The production has definitely increased tenfold right there.
Value right up. Oh boy.
Those.
I don't know who brought them, or I don't know who bought them, but thank you.
I know who brought them. I just don't know who bought them.
Thanks, Cassie. I guess.
Well, actually, should we wait for this one, or should we just?
Well, it's. Oh, I say it smells good, but it's PBJ.
Oh yeah, it's got the. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yep. All right, let's see.
Golfer 2.
I bet you 25 cents and a penny.
That he doesn't make this?
No, he makes this.
Oh, I'll bet you 25 cents and a penny.
All right.
Okay, we got this. It's the problem is the dirt. The dirt's hard to play out of. It'd be one thing if it said cliff, but the dirt. There's an X factor there.
Oh!
26 cents, baby.
Yeah, look at this. Even he's like, how does that
Golfer 2
not
will
go
be
in?
putting.
I'm telling him he owes me 26 cents right now.
You gonna hit him up for that when he's done?
Yes, I'm going straight to it.
Golfer 1 has this.
I'll let him know in case he can't find him. So we got I believe it's a few strokes going on here, so we're scratch even, but we're not really even here. The thing about Lake Powell, it will create that kind of that separation.
Golfer 1 on tee.
Oh, yeah.
Machine 8, Adam Fitzgerald and Steve Kalicheski. Machine 8.
Golfer 2 is up.
The South Carolina guys making their presence known.
That's South Carolina.
Watch the great shot points it gets here. I'm betting you 27 cents.
By the way, backspin with a 13 face. That's obviously we know what ball he's
Golfer
in.
1.
Right. Oh, for sure.
As a guy that shoots Titans and prior to Titans shot grabbers, that's hilarious to me. It doesn't even. Ooh, doesn't even necessarily resonate with
Jim,
me.
from this rough,
But I
the ball will
understand.
probably come out a
But
little
there's
hot.
no way. I don't know about you. You've been playing this game for a long time. Remember, 97, you were in diapers playing Coral.
I just want to clarify, stop wearing diapers way before 1997.
Well, you said it. I'm just quoting you.
Yes.
But
Do you want
remember,
to quote me when I say I'm the undisputed
That's a
closest
way to
pin
finish
champion
it
in the
out.
world? Because right now I'm
Golfer
undefeated
one
close to the
trying
pin.
for bogey.
yeah. Well, I never saw it. I never saw it, so it never
The
happened.
tee.
All right, now
Golfer
here's
two.
one of those holes that's really going to make a difference. 16, especially with that 10-mile win in the face.
Very interesting look here. So, Kevin, if you were playing this, what would you do?
I would honestly probably hit the 9.5-degree driver. I would tee it up front, but I would put no spin on it. I would hit it like we like to call it. When we say naked, when somebody says naked on the street, it means they're hitting with no backspin, no
Of
roll,
any
none of
sort.
that.
So you're
Or release is not a bad option,
no, absolutely
but
not.
I would probably just go right at it either way. Now,
Golfer one.
it's tough because he's on
ready to
cliff
hit.
and he's up a few strokes. He should probably be smart and just click over one to the right and just soft putt.
Yep.
And just
Take
don't,
the birdie.
Yep,
Or
exactly.
the maybe crazy eagle, but
Right.
absolutely take
but
the birdie.
if you're not trying to go for it.
No, then you definitely have to do with that. You have
All right. Oh, that's a
She'll
much better
be
shot.
happy with this. And now to golfer two.
Why do I not feel good about that?
Speaking of shots,
I don't know why he was so excited to do that.
I mean,
For us to do it.
it's kind of like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, I suppose.
Now, see, this is exactly what we were talking about.
Oh, see, that would have been
Is
the
he
bonus
for one
eagle if
with
he
an
would have
eagle
got it, but he
putt?
played
Right.
it safe. Got his birdie.
Yeah.
Smart move. I mean, it's a
Well,
smart
and
move.
especially
With
in
a lead.
Jim's, it was so smart to put this hole before 17, because if you put 17 first and you screwed up,
Golfer two.
well, then you
This
you
putt is
play
for birdie.
this par 4 so much easier if it followed the tough par 3. This one is much easier to go after, but if you make a mistake here and then you get stuck with a tough 17, and then you're like, oh crap, I water it and then water it again. Well, then you're
No,
definitely
I
SOL
just gave
because
up. Yep.
like if 18 is the straightforward par 5. Not to say you can't screw it up again, but pretty easy.
But yeah, the 16 and 17 are a much more fun finish than the 18. We
Yes,
all know that,
absolutely.
right? But
this
that's
is actually really, this is a pretty nice setup.
I mean, it's not a
the-
hole. It's
the-
not a holeable setup.
No, the
But-
pin's a little bit too far to the right for my
Well,
liking
it's not
because he's going
close,
to have
but
a
it's on
long
the green.
turbo downhill putt.
Yep.
Golfer
But
two.
uh,
Ready to hit.
much harder to water if you play it smart, which
yeah,
is
and-
tough.
I mean, and Taylor is a stout guy, so he's not going to necessarily get that 16 at your back. He's going to get a 4, right? 3 or a 4 mile an hour wind at his back, roughly, right? Give or take. I mean, I'm not a stout guy. I'm just
About.
estimating, but definitely a different look for him. For a guy like me and you that don't shoot stouts, it's a totally different shot, which is it's neat.
Well, and you see him thinking about it, and because he knows he doesn't want to, he doesn't have a lot of wiggle room to play with. But the 10.5
The
degree
window
driver,
is small.
But the 10.5 degree at it is just. That's the one thing I've only played a game or two at stouts. The one thing I don't understand is
Sail.
is
That's
like
not what he was
I understand
looking
not
for.
dealing with the left or right, but not dealing with the tailwind. That to me is the hardest part of trying to figure out the stouts.
Yeah.
Like trying to analyze in his head how he would hit that shot is so hard for me. Oh my gosh, that is tough.
That's what
And-
I was worried
Look at
about.
this, Peter.
And when I had
Don't
Brad
let her
Baird
run it
here, we were
too
literally
far.
talking about the
This
same
will take
thing.
a light touch.
When you
Oh,
pu-
and then he-
then,
Oh, man.
then he lets up
Right.
on it.
Golfer one. Trying
Well,
for birdie.
but the thing is,
Uh-oh.
here, he's not.
It's the mouth of the south, north, east, and
Oh,
west.
come on now! I thought he
Mark
wasn't coming
Mil-
until Saturday.
Mark Mochlowitz.
Golfer
Oh,
two.
and Danny Boy.
Again
and
with the
Danny
putter.
Boy. Wow.
I already
what-
feel his tongue. All right, so that was a tough break for him. What's up?
I'm out.
That's
Final
good to
tee
see you,
shot.
man.
That is a tough break for Taylor.
Danny Boy, how
to
you doing,
water it, and then to just put it right in the water, and that is so.
And,
Oh,
now
and then
the
to do
final
that,
tee
you
shot
know?
of
Oh,
golfer
man.
two.
Man, I'll tell you what.
He knows it's single elimination contest. So
Returning
at
to
some
golfer
point,
one.
once you screw up enough, you're like, it's over. Like on 18,
You
this
kinda-
is a tough setup with the wind. You know, he's
Well,
got to
you-
play
you-
it safe. He's got no choice.
You got the pin. You got the pin in the front
but this
and a
is-
tailwind.
With club
That's
in
not
hand,
the-
it's
you know,
golfer 2.
The problem is
Hitting
now
from a
he's shooting
good
for
fairway
eagle. He's got
lie.
to cut a 16-mile-an-hour wind with an iron. And I don't know if he's got super spin on all of his irons.
Well, we're gonna find out. Well, we're gonna find out here shortly.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, here we got Taylor here with the not necessarily getting that 16 in his back, but he still has to cut
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Great shot. That's
Again,
a great shot.
Now up. It's
and the
golfer
crazy
1.
thing is that, you know, no matter how you feel about the stout golf balls, the guys and gals that are playing it, it's a hell of a lot of work they're putting in to try
figure them out.
To figure them out. Yeah.
Absolutely. And you know, as a guy here, you know, I can sit here and tell you, like, I've been
Too
playing this
much
game
on
for a
that
good
one.
amount of time. You know,
He
I've,
basically just gave back
Well, it's
Sure
better
did.
what
than
he
drunk,
got on
but
17.
not
Sure
by
did.
much.
but you know, back to that, you know, the style
Nice and
conversation.
close,
Like,
right
you
where
know,
you want it.
I've been playing this
Golfer
game for a good amount of
1,
time,
looking
right?
at
And
bogey.
for me, it's like, you know, I've got 22,000 games I've played, and for me, it would just be too
At
difficult.
Wait, you played 21,000 games and you're still that bad?
I know, isn't that sad?
That's crazy.
I'd still beat him, you know, 9 times out of 10, but you know.
Who? You talk about the undisputed close
Yeah.
spin champion of the world?
Yeah.
Actually, we haven't played. Most of the time we play close to the pin. We haven't. I don't remember the last time we played 18 holes straight up.
I don't either.
It's been a long time.
Well, I mean, that might be a thing when we wrap up today, huh?
You know, I don't know why, because this guy kind of reminds me of him. The other person I didn't think about is Kinsler. Kinsler is another guy who tomorrow morning is going to come in fresh, like Haas. You know, he's got an
No,
hour
wait,
and a
are
half.
you sure Kinsler's coming?
I'm
I
pretty
heard
sure.
that he was not going to make it.
Okay, well, that's
last
different
minute.
because, well, I did not hear that.
Yeah.
But Kinsler's one of those guys, he's only got an hour and a half drive from Chicago.
Yep.
So he doesn't have to, excuse me, he doesn't have to worry about sitting in an airport. He doesn't have to worry about delays or any of that stuff.
Sure.
Which, you know, you talk to these top guys, it definitely takes a toll. You're sitting in a tight seat, or even if you're in first class, like some of these high rollers, you're still sitting in an airplane.
What's first class?
Yeah. It's not what we're in, my friend. But even when you're sitting in an airport or an airplane for 3-4 hours, it takes a toll on you, especially for the guys that are rolling up early Saturday morning.
Yeah, well, the thing is, too, like, you know, I know me personally, when I go to a tournament, like, being fresh on Saturday morning plays a huge factor in how I play on Saturday and Sunday.
Exactly.
Because, you know,
A lot of the guys that you're going to see here, you know, playing in Handicap tonight and also qualifying tomorrow, you'll definitely be able to tell during qualifier whether we're actually watching them play or not. You're going to be able to see who was here until Stefan kicked us out at 2 or 3, and who was smart and left at, like, you know, 10, 11, 12, grabbed a pizza to go and went to bed. Because, you know, the bar opens at 9, like most locations, and these guys are going to come in and play their games. You're going to see a lot of 2, 3-player games tomorrow as they warm up.
Yep.
I don't know what your thoughts are on warming up. I am just awful, period. So if I warm up, I might shoot a great game, and then I go to qualify, and I'm like, I've never played this course before in my life. Like, but if I
and
try,
that's why I'm going to beat him later
Right,
when we
right,
play.
yes.
But yes, you know, thoughts on qualifying is, you know, in warming up, like, I used to think that, you know, I had to warm up, and it was, you know, it was a big thing for me to play, you know, 2 or 3 or 4 games before qualifying or before matches started. But then, you know, the more I came to these events, the more I realized, okay, I know how to play this game. I don't need to warm up. I don't want to psych myself out going into matches or into qualifying. So I just, you know what, I go into it. If I show up a couple hours before either qualifying or matches start, hey, if I have a machine open, I'll play a game or two.
Right.
And if not, I don't care.
well, and we joke about closest to the pin in Money Shot, but I like those because at least it's getting you behind the cabinet. It's getting you to spin a couple games on the trackball, so you're keeping warm. You're testing out machines. But I don't have to worry about dropping a 31 on Lake Powell and then be like, damn it, I should have saved that good game for the qualifier. Brad Baird, who I think used to play Golden Tee really well, I picked him up one time on the live internet, but nobody saw it.
The live internet?
Yes.
Are you like 75? What
I
does
am,
that mean?
actually. No, he made a face at me, threw
Just
me
kidding.
off. So, okay, aside from all the qualifying in the events that are going to go on Saturday and Sunday, design a hole contest. It is the
Super cool.
13th year, which is hard to believe. It's just been so popular, and a lot of good designs. Jamaica Bay, number 7, I believe last year was design a hole.
How about the one on Rhineland?
Yes.
That was
Dave
my
Rhodes,
favorite personally.
That was the windmill, the old mill. That was a good one.
Super cool hole.
But,
a lot of different looks at it, right? Like, it was a totally, there was probably 10 different shots at that hole.
Exactly. And, whether you draw it on a napkin, there's probably a lot of people here tonight throughout this weekend that will literally draw something on a napkin with a crayon. And I don't know where they're going to get crayon from. But whether you draw it on a bar napkin, you open up Microsoft Paint, or you have like design skills and you do it in Photoshop or 3ds Max, or you even make a physical piece to mail to us, send it to design-a-hole at itsgames.com, or you see the address right there. It's pretty easy to Google Incredible Technologies in our address. Myself, Adam Kramer, Travis Tressler, we'll take a look at it.
Yep.
Jim Zielinski is the mastermind behind all the courses of Golden Tee. So, Jim Z's the one that makes the final call.
But let's not bury the lead here. Guess what? If you win the hole, if you are the designer hole, what do you get?
Well, in case it wasn't clear enough, your design, your hole gets entered in Golden Tee history as part of one of this year's courses, and you get a brand new Golden Tee home edition.
Oh, yeah, one of those. Yeah. And I, as a homeowner, I can tell you it's pretty darn cool to have a home edition. Not going to lie.
Yes, because if you play terrible Golden Tee, you can quit and say, I'm out, I'm going to sleep, and it doesn't matter.
Or you can challenge your friends in invites.
Yes, or
events. You can beat them.
Yep.
It doesn't matter if you beat anybody else. If you beat your friends, who cares?
World Championship qualifying starts on home editions in events mode. And then speaking of Golden Tee World Championship, we have Golden Tee Mobile World Championship I talked a little bit about earlier.
Yeah.
If you've not downloaded it, Golden Tee Golf for Apple or Android devices. It is going to be Saturday night at the Orleans Hotel and Casino during the middle of Golden Tee World Championship action for the arcade game. After qualifying gets done on Saturday at Worlds for the 2020 arcade game, we're going to switch things over to mobile. 8 players, $15,000 on the line. You can see the qualifying graphic here as, 8 weeks of qualifying. Now, it's not like traditional Golden Tee where you qualify and then you're in for World Championship. These guys and gals for mobile are going to have to qualify, and then they're going to play in head-to-head action until we get one person each week. So 8 people, one person every week until May 10th. And that starts in a few weeks on March 16th.
Okay, so you got to talk to me here, as a guy that, this is new to me as well. So when you are one of those 8 guys, how does the play go? So when we're at the Orleans.
Right. So we're going to have iPads. So Incredible Technology is going to provide iPads. So I want to be very transparent. We talked a lot about this. We've put it on the website. We're going to have iPads. I believe we're going to be very generous enough and give everybody a brand new iPad. So the 8 people that qualify will get a brand new iPad.
Bonus.
There's not going to be any foreign objects. You're not going to be able to break out your ruler or your compass or whatever else. I joke about the compass. Yes, the stylus is not going to be involved either.
Good call.
It's
good call.
If you play on an iPhone, you play on an Android, whatever the case may be. I hope you don't play on an Android, but hey, I'm an Apple guy. But I'll tell you what, as somebody who plays on his phone, as somebody who plays on my phone, I know all my information is protected because Apple won't sell it to the government. But
that's actually a lie. But okay.
Yes, unless I'm a bad guy. But playing on your cell phone and then going to an iPad or a Galaxy tablet, much different. So the people that qualify, they're going to have a little bit of a learning curve. Now the reason why we're doing the iPads is so everybody has a clean slate. We don't have to worry about trying to policy or police some of these apps these guys might be using to hit straight shots, all that kind of stuff. Clean iPads, brand new download. They log in their account, and then it's head-to-head matches.
Okay, now a question for you. For these guys that are qualifying, can they use an Apple, a tablet or an Android tablet to qualify, or they don't get to play on a tablet until they're there?
No. So they can do whatever they want.
So they can get used to playing on a tablet.
Any device that they can download the game, Apple or Android, they can use. It's just a matter of when they're on the stage. We're going to have the spotlights on these 8 qualifiers. They're going to have IT iPads, and all of them are going to be connected. We're going to be streaming all night long with those head-to-head matches, and it'll be exciting. All right, so flipping back over to Golden Tee Amusement, the arcade game. wait, there I am. But taking a look at the roadmap here. So Florida was exactly a month ago.
Yeah.
We're here in Wisconsin, if you couldn't tell by the big box around it. In a month and a half, we're going to head over to St. Louis, brand new location, huge location.
I heard it. I've heard
a lot
great
about
things.
it.
Heard great
Actually,
things.
I heard that location has at least 8 Golden Tees of their own at that location.
On top of the 20 plus.
Right, so
that
Power
Meg's
is
bringing.
going to bring all those to St. Louis. That'll be exciting. The next stop on the Golden Tee Tour, of course, you go to goldentee.com and check out more information. Also, pegttour.com. Whether you register there on Facebook, on Golden Tees platforms. And then after St. Louis, we take about a month and a half break.
Well, can I stop you quick for a second?
Yeah. You want me to rewind?
Well, for a quick second,
Yeah.
there is a big thing on the line in St. Louis, correct?
There is at every tournament, my friend.
But there's a big deal in the purple bracket, correct? St. Louis, or am I wrong on that
Yes.
one? So we should
But
probably
it's not
talk
just
about that.
it's not just St. Louis. It's Wisconsin.
Well, yeah,
there's
but
Florida.
you didn't bring it up in St. Louis.
Right.
For,
well, I
for
was
St. Louis.
I was getting there. So
Okay,
after
my
St.
bad.
Louis is the Golden Tee World Championship,
Mm-hmm.
and so this year we've got 88 spots on line, 14 more than we had last year.
Pretty cool.
And
As a player, I love that.
exactly. Typically, Player of the Year, the Power Events Player of the Year that happens in December. The Little Gun Tournament, so usually that 33 through 64 spot
Yep.
in the points, gets the winner of that tournament gets a World Championship pass. Now, Orlando Ayala did win that pass in Austin in
Sure
December, but as part of the Power Events and Cribble Technologies combo deal, as we'll call it, the National Golden Tee Tour, the purple bracket winner in Florida, the purple bracket winner on Sunday here in Wisconsin, and the purple bracket winner in St. Louis at the end of April will also secure their World Championship spot. So,
Super cool.
obviously we're going through commercial qualifying right now. We're going to get 60 players through the commercial prize play. We have our non-prize play spots for those states coming up next week. Home edition qualifying starts next week. Of course, the Jason Lasiavo Open, a.k.a. Money Shot, Friday in May. So we'll have some really big prize pools for that. It's always fun. Myself and Adam Kramer, who I wish was here, my marketing tag team partner, but him and I are guilty of looking at data and reports. And when you guys are all playing Money Shot,
You nerd out a little bit.
we
Yeah.
definitely nerd out because that is one of the last spots at the end of May for the World Championship until you actually get to the qualifying spots we're going to have at the Orleans
Sure.
on June 12th. So to see, we got our whiteboard. We say, all right, is it going to be over 5? Is it going to be over 10? Where are we going to hit? And then you guys go out there and play, and it's just fun to see those numbers jump so much on a Friday. Everyone's getting out of work for the weekend. They're having cold drinks. They're going to play Golden Tee regardless, and they're
some
going,
people are taking the Friday off to go do that,
right.
right?
There have been people, and Jason Losiavo, we wrote about him last year. It's fun because he has won the last 2 years of the Money Shot contest to get his spot in the World Championship. So, all right, so Brad Baird is up. We talked to him earlier. He was sitting next to me. Oh, he's right there.
Speak of the devil.
Yakking away. I don't know if he realizes he's ready to play. He might be nervous. Brad gets very scared and nervous. But Brad is up, and as soon as those guys are ready to roll, we're going to switch over.
Switch over and take a look at what they're doing. Yep.
Yeah.
Should be a fun one. I imagine.
Brad's a good guy. He's one of those guys where we like to give each other a hard time, but just like a lot of us here, it's out of love and it's out of fun.
Yeah.
And this is, this is a big family. And if you've never been to one of these tournaments, I know I talked way too much about it last night during Closest to the Pin, but I can tell you, we can tell you, everybody in this room can tell you how great these tournaments are and these live events, whether it's Club Lucky, Power Events, the National Golden Tee Tour, the World Championship, whatever the case may be. But until you actually get out here and play in one of those events, you're not going to understand the community, the friendship, the family that you're missing. And
it's the most dysfunctional family I've ever been a part of.
Right, which is weird because some people here would say the opposite about their own families.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you a little funny story while we're waiting for this game. So I was in the Uber with Chris Juszczyk, Florida guy, good player. He's a stout player, cheater ball player. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, boy, here we go. It's not on my watch, but it's time for me to leave. I'm out of here, folks.
So me and Chris Juszczyk in the Uber on the way here, and there was some traffic, so it took us a while to get here, right? So I was telling stories about Golden Tee and like Golden Tee tournaments and people at Golden Tee tournaments over the years. And I didn't even notice, but the driver, he was wearing glasses, right? And I kept seeing him take his glasses off from time to time, and I was like, I don't know, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Turns out he was laughing so hard at our stories
Oh, God.
that he was tearing up. So I'm like, that gives you an idea right there of the kind of, the fun times that we have with these things.
I'll tell you what, between traveling for the National Golden Tee Tour, for trade shows, for the World Championship, all that stuff as part of my job at IT, I will never enjoy anything more than when I'm at a completely random town for whatever reason, and I'm on the phone with somebody or talking with a sponsor, or talking with another player like you or somebody, or even just chatting with a driver. Like, oh, what are you out here from? I'm like, yeah, I'm part, I work for Incredible Technologies. We make the Golden Tee golf game. I'm like,
you mean, Golden Tee?
Yeah, the one with the trackball and
that white ball.
Right. But last year in St. Louis, there was an Uber driver who actually showed up at the tournament because he knew Golden Tee, and I had talked to him. I said, you got to watch this because what you see on the live stream it's not fake. What you guys see, throughout this weekend, especially in qualifying tomorrow and on Sunday match play, guys like Evan Gossett, Andy Haas, Mouth, the names you see on the leaderboard where they hit 30 or better, and you're like, these guys aren't real.
This isn't real. This is like
real.
some sort of bot. Well, guess what?
You're
Get on that
literally
stream.
going to watch these guys
Do it.
And that's the fun thing going back to these guys coming back to these live events and making new friends at these live events. I just remembered this. Today's my 3-year anniversary at IT. And I say that not to toot my own horn, but in the last 3 years alone at these national events and the World Championship, I have probably met, I swear, at least 200 new people. And I can tell you at least half of them in the last year and a half alone have been to more than one event.
Multiple events.
I couldn't tell you how many people, people come up to me and say, hey, I love watching your streams. I love what you and Adam do. You guys are great. Like, you really help me, which to me is hilarious because I see me as having fun playing Golden Tee, but I never think people actually learn something from me. That's good to know. But,
I'm not going to learn anything from you personally.
Right. We'll see you later.
I'm better, but, whatever.
Yeah. No, but, to hear that, it actually means a lot. And then they say, oh, I had such a great time. I met so-and-so. I played against so-and-so. They taught me all these new shots. I can't wait to go home to my new bar or my home bar and tell my friends.
I'll show it off to my friends.
And we talk to a lot of operators about this, too. It's like, whether you do a local league, whether it's in Michigan or California or Louisiana, whatever the case may be, whether it's a local league, a pop-up tournament, a national event, a world championship, These guys and gals, they come to these tournaments, they make friends, they get sucked in. For better or worse term, they get sucked in to the fun of Golden Tee, and they realize the potential. Hey, I just learned how to improve my score from a 20 under to a 25. Mouth showed me shots that I would never even dream of hitting.
Thought of.
Evan Gossett showed me how to hit a low tee, or Eddie G showed me how to hit a low tee through a tree branch that has maybe double the size of a golf ball opening, and some of the crazy shots he hit. But I've had so many people say, I had so much fun, I can't wait to see you guys at the next one. And, you go, okay, I would love to see you there, and you never know what people's travel schedules are and stuff.
Sure.
But 9 times out of 10, I see them at the next tournament, and they say, I wasn't lying to you. I changed my work schedule. I got a babysitter for the kids. I bought the wife a car. I'm out here this weekend. And to me, as somebody who's been around this game for 20 years, 20 plus years, it really means a lot because you guys over the last 9, 10 years have meant so much to me. And, we've known each other for, 9, 10 years at this point. People that I've met 2 years ago, people that I've met yesterday. To see these faces over and over again, and to see this community expand because of Steve and Paige and Russ, and stuff that Richard King has done with Golden Tee TV, and that Andy Kuhlman and PJ are doing with the esports side on IT, and of course Don Pescioni and Scott Morrison and Adam Kramer, and those guys having a love and passion for the game, and letting me and Travis have our love and passion and bring a different flavor to the game. The sky's the limit, and because I'm probably going to get out of here soon and behave for a Friday, or at least get off the mic.
I'm not a fan of that.
I know. We'll go play Wizard of Oz and Close to the Pin. But, there's a lot of, I always say this, and you guys like to make fun of us marketing guys, You say,
well,
we
have to bust your guys' stuff a little bit.
Exactly,
yeah.
but as a marketing guy, I'm not just Gary Colabano. I love you, Gary. I'm not just coming soon at you, but there's a lot of things going on in our world that between now and the summer and then past the World Championship, there's a lot of good stuff coming for the World Championship. We haven't announced yet that we're finalizing, working out on.
Well, we're all looking forward to that, no doubt.
But beyond the Golden Tee World Championship, beyond this year's 2021 Golden Tee, all that, I can't say much more, but the sky is, yes, I know, the sky's the limit. Everything is endless, and I'm so excited to have the luck to be a part of that and to sit behind a table and talk about Golden Tee, play close to the pin, beat everybody on a Thursday night,
and you get to write on that whiteboard.
Yes. Well, actually, no. I make Adam try to draw because we're both awful artists. I'm a good digital artist. Okay. But Adam, when we try to sketch things out, we go on the whiteboard and we're like, Adam, let me just pull up the computer. We're both terrible at this. We can write numbers for a daily contest. That's about it. But, but I'm truly lucky, and it's so fun to hang out with you guys because guess what? Whether I work for IT or not, I'd be here. Adam, I hope he doesn't, but he could fire me tomorrow, and I would still be here hanging out with you guys playing Golden Tee. I love this game, and I say this, after 3 years, it doesn't feel like 3 years because you guys as players, IT as a company, have really given me so much support, and, you guys make my life hard at times.
We try our
as
best.
Players, but as a guy who's been playing a long time, I get it, and I think that's fun. Going into Golden Tee, into IT as a player, as as a guy who knows the operators a little bit, and of course, obviously knows the business side over 3 years. It's fun to balance. Hey, well, this is good for business. This is good for the players. How do the operators react and that kind of stuff? And again. Cheap teaser because I don't want to get fired, but there's a lot of exciting stuff coming that I will literally change. The conversations we might have on this live stream in a few months will be so different.
Well, there was one of the things that we were talking about earlier. One of the big things that you were just trying to alluding to. The mobile Worlds.
Right, yeah, the Mobile World Championship.
On that one.
The game just came out the end of October.
A lot of money there.
John Noble, our VP of MIS and Mobile Development, him, Adam Kramer, Mac Boritz, a lot of those guys and gals at, back in the Chicago headquarters, worked their ass off.
And there's eight people, correct?
Eight people.
Right? 8 people.
But you're talking about 8 people, $15,000.
Yeah.
Right?
Do the math.
Come on, really?
Did he give you what, Willie?
I was having a good time until Jared came up to me.
You mean number 2 at Worlds last year?
Yeah, who?
How about that?
All right, well, now I'm done. It wasn't even a rant. I just needed to talk about a lot of good things. But
I think it was it's a good thing to talk about.
Teasers for day.
There was a lot of teasing going on there. I'm not gonna lie. I'm excited for what you talked about. However, it was a bit teasy. Give us. You're kind of like floating the bobber out there, right? Or the bait.
Oh yeah, easy the bait.
But soon enough, I suppose. Another thing coming up. In 3 days. Home edition qualifying starts.
Yeah, that's exciting. Bumping up those spots from 5 to 10. 5 weeks, two qualifiers each week. It's going to be our first time doing a weekly event for the home edition. Adam and I are very excited, nervous. There's just so much good potential it has. And, you're opening up a lot of doors. I'll be so glad that I don't have to look at the home edition world rankings ever again. And that we're going to have events mode and that, our IT net guy, Greg Thayard, Andy Hansen and the QA team, busting their butts to make sure everything is going to work. And Shire, you're talking about Shire's today's Freaky Friday, which, cheap plug, still have 1 hour and 49 minutes and a few seconds to get out there and play.
Is that all time zones,
That's
right?
Central Time.
Yep, so all time zones, yep.
It's a lot of people put in a lot of effort that is not necessarily seen because, you're not there and behind the scenes. That's a bad Brad misputt.
Yeah, that's. He missed it on the pro side, but it wasn't a very pro-looking putt.
Right.
But, Yeah. Anyway, go
no,
on.
so no, I love, especially on these Fridays where it's casual. I love to be able to just tout, the entire team because, everybody, whether it's been, the last year, last 5 years, last 10 years, whatever the case may be, the IT team works hard, and I'm one of the lucky ones that gets to come here and hang out and kind of show you guys the ropes of, hey, this is what we're working on. Here's the teasers. I like my job. I don't want to get fired, but good things coming.
Yeah, well, we don't want you to get fired, but we definitely want you to tell us stuff. But I get it.
Well, hey, I'm glad you don't want me to get fired.
But we are looking forward to like I said, as a home edition owner, which has helped me get better as a player. I'm very excited to see what the home edition qualifier is going to bring. You guys doubled. Last year was 5, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Doubled.
Nice shot by Brad. Yeah, we doubled the field because, obviously we will always have love for our commercial games, and that's our bread and butter.
Absolutely.
Home edition players, you guys
it's a growing market.
You're a growing market. You guys are so passionate, and I know because I was one, and there's so much potential for the competition and the camaraderie and the number of messages you guys send me is absurd and outrageous. But I still like you guys. But it speaks volumes to not only the homeowners but the passion of this community. And you're talking about 5,000 people on Golden Tee Fan compared to 30, 40, 50,000 that play a game of Golden Tee each month, if not 5 or 10 or more. And then, hundreds of thousands that play each year at some point. But no matter how often you play, there's always going to be, a crazy level of passion. I think that, as somebody who's so passionate about it, being able to understand your passion, but also be like, nah, corporate blocker, I'll tell you later. Here's the teaser. I like that, too.
And what the cool thing is, though, for us players, we have an open line of communication with you and Adam, and all of the, Andy, with the quality.
Yeah.
So we have an open line of communication with you guys. You don't get that in any other game.
And that's a lot. And that's, again, Don Pescioni, our VP of the Music Division, just retired at the end of the year. Adam is the VP now, which is great. Don, I know, is enjoying retirement and hanging out. But
he might be watching.
Don opened that door to communication with players and operators and, the tournament people and, people like Stefan who own the locations that are hosting the tournaments. There's such a clear line of communication. Obviously, as a business, there's so much we can say. But compared to what we were doing 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, some of the stuff, even 3 years ago when I started, and I was like, shout out to Mike Sanchez, our art director. I know art and marketing, we're not always on the same page. And now that we have our own building, we're within feet of each other. So if
open line of communication with you guys.
If Mike needs something from us, whether it's like design hole, stats or information or, whatever, he comes right to me. Hey, Mike, I got an art piece. What do you think of this? Hey, I want to show off what the artists are doing because obviously these courses are beautiful, but there's a lot of stuff that goes on the back, behind the scenes of the courses that not everybody sees and understands. And Mike and, and Donna before him and a few others, the open communication is honestly one of the best parts of my job.
Well,
there's no doubt about it.
I think it's key to continue the success of this game. There has to be communication between your internal team. There has to be communication between the players in the team.
And just like anything, there's always stuff we can improve on, and there's stuff that we've talked about improving on and how we can do it over the next, week, months, years, etc. As we adjust for stuff, that's things that will work out. But I can't tell you how many times I sit in Adam's office and we talk about something that's brought up in Golden Tee Fan. This is actually not a bad idea. This is not a bad discussion to have. We'll reach out to players and, we're talking about sending out a survey because it's been a while since we've sent out a massive player survey to get everyone's feedback.
Well,
I joke.
Send it over.
I know. I joke about you guys reaching out to me because whether it's 6 a.m. or 2 a.m., I seem to get messages from all of you people. You guys are so crazy. I love it. But you guys have great ideas, and we want to also utilize the smart people we have at IT, but also the players and the ideas because that's how we come full circle and we all get better. You guys have more fun. The business does better. We're producing better games. The communication is key.
You have to have that. I mean, like I said, it's not like it's some massive game that reaches the world, right? This is a game that it's a super cool game, and it's a growing thing. It reaches more people every day, right? Every month there's more unique players, right?
Exactly.
So
and that's the crazy thing to think about after 31. Going on to it'll be 31, 32 years at the end of this year.
This game's
older than me. I was still in diapers when the
playing Coral Ridge.
When Golden Tee Golf 2 came out in 1990. I actually wasn't even born yet, but you know what I mean.
Well, we should probably take a look at this game here and see what's going on because we've been chatting away and not.
I know. Once you get me started on Golden Tee,
I know. Well, and I was going to share a story, but I'll wait for the story because we should definitely take a peek here and fill everybody in here and probably take a minute to
breathe.
Walk. Yeah, that breathe is good. Walk everybody through some thought processes here, and I mean, see that's not gonna work out too well. That's gonna carry.
No, he's stouting it.
We
talked about it last game. I thought he might have changed it up for this course, but I think he's stouting it.
See, then this isn't a gimme setup by any means. It does take some skill, no matter what balls you're shooting.
True.
See, Brad's going to try to, bend it in hard.
Now, yeah, he went out a little bit too far to the left, but he's got a putt, whereas
we call that a safe shot.
Yes.
To bring back an old school guy. So be safe, yeah?
Oh, boy, yeah.
I did it.
Now, I wish you'd come to more tournaments because just having him on the mic at the NIV, the Not in Vegas in October, it was so wonderful. It was so nice to talk to him.
I got a chance to play with him at NIV, and I'll tell you what. I've been playing this game for a good amount of time. He taught me a couple things that I didn't necessarily think of.
I still have a vendetta against him because he was supposed to come out to BJ McMahon's restaurant to play Golden Tee Live with me in 2006 or 7. We set it up, and then he left IT. So it wasn't until NIV in October where I got to play with him.
So 13 years later?
Yeah. He's a good guy, though. He is, definitely one of the pioneers of this game, and I think you'll see more Steve Sobey in the future. Not to be confused with Steve Sobel from Power Events.
Yeah, well, the one that puts on these wonderful tournaments.
Him and
6
Paige
times a
and
year.
Russ. Russ drives that big trailer with all these machines and sets them up. Paige.
And it's, by the way, birthday shout-out,
yes.
too. Russ's birthday.
Yes.
Everybody, if you're friends with Russ on Facebook, make sure you give him a birthday shout-out because we only have, another
hour and 42 minutes.
42 minutes to do that. So
I'm hot
don't be late.
Math here.
What's that?
I said I'm hot in the math here. Normally I'm pretty
you're on fire.
on.
You're on fire. You're making me look bad.
Yeah. Now, but the other thing too is, Power Events puts on 7 events a year. Club Lucky does a lot of stuff on the game each month. They have their big event in October. Mark Stenmark won his World Championship pass through TOC, the Tournament Champions, last October. Not that he needed it, but he's taking a break from Golden Tee.
I did see him the other night, though, when I was out playing.
Oh, good.
Yep. First time in a long time that I saw Suck It. Or what's the backwards name?
Tiskus.
Yeah, that. Yeah. I saw him out playing the other night.
But I'll tell you what, Mark Stenmark, whether he plays a lot or plays a little, he's dangerous. Won World Championship 2017.
When he played, 100 games going into that?
No. No, he didn't even.
That's not what you want to see.
I don't even think he actually played. I legitimately opened his account on Livewire and in the back end to make sure he wasn't playing a second account or something sneaky.
No.
He literally had played 10 games in 2017 and then won the
10
World.
games. I thought it was 100, so I was way off.
It might be in between, but it was not close to 100. It was double-digit games between January and June for him to win the World Championship, which goes to show you the type of player Mark Stenmark is.
Well, to me personally, I think he's the GOAT of Golden Tee. I mean, Andy Haas. Very, in the art, in the discussion.
It's tough. We talk about the Mount Rushmore Golden Tee. I almost wouldn't even break it up by eras. I would give the Golden Tee 3D Golf era its own Mount Rushmore. Ryan Bourgeois.
I don't think it is it worth it though.
Sobey, Bourgeois, and then you have the 4 era with Kins. I might even put Haas there. I would put Sobey there again. But then I would have 2 versions of Live, almost 3. I would have the original Live, which is Kinsler, Harlow, Haas. I don't know who the 4th one would be. In 4, it would definitely be...
Eversole was done by then.
Right, and going back to 4, it would be...
Eversole is in the 4
well,
conversation.
yeah, but also he qualified for Worlds last year, played with Mouth. Dean Lyakakos.
Dean Lyakakos, yeah.
Dean Lyakakos would definitely be in the Golden Tee 4 Mount Rushmore. There's the original era of Live, and then I would say when IT stopped doing the World Championships in 2008 and Power Events really started taking over with their massive events each year, I would almost classify that in its own era because Mark Stenmark, undefeated for many tournaments, he would absolutely be atop of that 2012, 2017 Mount Rushmore Golden Tee. Haas, again.
Well, yeah.
A few other names, but then after the Worlds came back in 2017, you're talking about a different era Golden Tee, Gold Tees, the release and bite,
build a bag.
the build a bag, the custom golf balls. So I like it because Golden Tee Live has been around 15 years now. I like to break it up into chunks, and I think those guys are deserving.
As a whole, okay, so that would be a good thing we put on Golden Tee fan. Or tweet it out on Golden Tee, or Golden Tee on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.
Yes, sir.
As you say, here are the time frames, here are the ranges. Who are the best players of this, this era, and this era, and that era? Because that brings up a very good conversation, Because there are some arguments that can be made for each one, right? Like there are different players that you can say, well, this guy was the best, 4 player. Well, this guy was the best 3D player.
Well, and I don't mind putting somebody up there twice. Obviously, Mark Stenmark would definitely be in the 2012 to 2017 Mount Rushmore.
Hands down.
But I would also put him in the 2017 and to current 2017 World Champion, 2019 World Champion. Still. Doesn't play Golden Tee as much, still comes out and cleans the
everybody.
field.
Yeah, cleans everybody's clock. I mean, look what he did. Look what he did. The 2017 thing was just impressive. I was there.
Legitimately, I'm not lying. It was. I'm almost positive, if I remember, it's less than 100 games.
And that's
which is crazy.
Incredibly impressive.
Joe Massara would be another one potentially. Evan Gossett, 2018 World Champion. Andy Haas you can put up there. Once you get to that more recent era, and especially as the equipment expands and the customization options and stuff change. Again, you're talking about the last few years. It's tougher to actually name the concrete ones because you got a few more years of this era, I would say, of like live tournaments and world championships and stuff. Because you try to stick it around 5, 6, 7 years for those eras of
and you got to think too, we were talking about earlier a little bit, like the difference between playing in a in a tournament. Oh boy, that was not what I was thinking, but the difference between playing in a tournament and playing on your own every day and establishing your world ranking by yourself, like it's a totally different ball game too. So it's like. There are certain guys that can play great by themselves every day, but when they get to a tournament, their nerves kick in or whatever.
I will speak freely. Like, when I was in college, I would play at Bijou Pub in Monmouth. I would play by myself, and I would shoot 26 to 28, maybe a 29
Well,
here
you better
there.
beat everybody in Monmouth.
Right, and then Brian comes along, and you'd think I'd never touch a trackball in my life because playing by yourself, I'm hanging out in the bar, talking, BSing with everybody, playing my game at my own pace. You play against somebody, even as somebody as good as Brian, he's still a close friend. It's like, I don't know if it's just because I'm too much of a chatty Cathy when it comes to that or what.
Not Kevin.
Not at all. Where's the drums there? But I don't know what it is, but for a while I could not play against somebody else head-to-head. And then I got to a tournament, I'm like, I'm good.
Head-to-head got in your head.
Yes.
Where's the drum at right there?
Ah, right. No, but playing in your bar by yourself, you can shoot great
Different
games.
Story.
Playing with a couple of your buddies on the weekend, great games. You come here to a tournament, you see the level of competition outside of Brad with a shot of the week. Oh.
Shark of the week.
Yeah. But another reason out of many that you need to come to a Golden Tee tournament and experience it live.
Because it's going to push you. We were saying, like, you play good alone, and then, you kind of, get a little nervous and you play somebody at your own bar. Well, come to one of these, and yeah, you might be nervous, in the beginning. But guess what? You play a couple games and you get used to the environment, and you get used to playing in a high-level match. Guess what? I'll tell you what, you're not going to get that nervousness anymore. It's going to go away. It's not going to be as high.
It won't be as high.
Not at all. It's going to go down because you're going to get used to it.
And these guys you see at the top of the leaderboard, a lot of female players we have too that are competing over the last couple of tournaments between Austin and Florida, and this weekend here in Wisconsin. Go up to any of these people, introduce yourself to me, or to Brandon or Mouth or any of those guys, and you introduce yourself to Mouth, game over. He's going to say, hey, great to meet you. Give me your player card. Boom. Let's go play a game. Here's a beer. Here's a shot. What's your handicap? What clubs you're using? Here's why. Here's how I think you could.
And why are you using this club? And
why aren't you hitting this shot?
Think it gives you? What advantage does it give you?
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, exactly. That's exactly what a guy like Golf's going to do.
You got to come here and you got to play with these player levels, or these players of all skill levels, to really understand and to get it.
Well, and I'll give you quick tiny story. Last weekend, so he went down to a tournament in Peoria, and Jason Todd, legend of the game. Shout out to Jason Todd if you're listening. Something about having cooties. So I didn't want to mess with his cooties. I didn't want his cooties. I didn't want coronavirus. So anyway, So I'll wrap it up with this. So we went down there though, and I'll tell you, I went, a bunch of guys that, were, maybe plus, 10 to 15 handicap.
Yeah.
I played with those guys, and they were just mind blown.
I mean,
and they were like, "Holy moly, how do you do that?" Right? And I was like, absolutely, as a guy like me, I'm like, Mouth, let's play.
Right.
Let's walk you through. Tell me what you're thinking. I'll show you what I think.
And I want to start, and this is something Adam and I have talked about for a while, and obviously as things get slowed down a little bit, hopefully in the near future, Adam and I have talked about doing like a roaming tour where, we're just traveling, whether it's for trade shows or tournaments or whatever, and we just go to random bars that we know people play Golden Tee, and almost like Steve Sobey-esque, like Beat the Champ, just like hang out, play Golden Tee.
Yep.
And just make friends and teach people how to play, because Adam and I are good enough to do that. But it's so fun, especially
Adam maybe. But
no, but it's so fun to be able to meet new people, and the number of people, like I said earlier, that you meet and then say, "Oh yeah, I love this game, I'll be back," and that actually show up the next month or two later, it's astonishing.
Yeah.
It's really blown my mind, and I've been around for so long. It's so crazy to think this is like my 9th, 10th year tournament.
Golfer 1.
Yeah.
I was just a kid.
Yeah.
Now, technically, I don't turn 29 until July, so I got some time. But yeah, this is 9 years.
July, let me guess. July 17th.
No.
12th.
No.
10th.
No.
25th.
No.
On the dance floor
30th.
with an extensive putt.
Okay, give it to
Golfer
me.
1
2.
with the putter, trying for eagle.
Oh. I was close.
Yeah. It's just we're going start going the wrong way.
Yeah, I did. Going the wrong direction.
All right. So
with the putter,
Jetty,
trying for eagle.
Jed, and a couple of these guys, at this point, I believe these guys have secured their
at the tee.
game,
It's golfer
their
2.
entry fee into tomorrow's main event. Hole
However,
17 on Oak Hill.
there's like a 2-stroke difference in the match, right?
Right, Oak Hill 17. This is one of the holes you're going to want to look for and look out for. If you're qualifying, you want to look out for it. If you're watching live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Mixer for Golden Tee, you're going to want to pay attention. Obviously, anytime you get to a 17th, 18th hole, potential game changer. But this year's courses, there's a lot of wiggle room with the dynamic tee boxes where you can have,
which I think is the coolest thing.
where you can have a tee box in any certain section of the rough. And guess what? I haven't seen too many of them, but when the new tee boxes come out in April, in about a month away, it'll be fun to see how that affects the St. Louis Open and Worlds qualifying.
Yeah, yeah. Tell you one thing though, okay. So when the other tee shot went off, I was like in my head, I wanted to talk to people about, when you look at this hole, always keep in mind that this hole will actually, when I say play long, that means,
It's on,
when
Peter.
you're looking at a hole and you think it's going to go
Golfer
this
2
far,
on the dance
and it
floor.
actually goes further than you expect it to go. This hole right here, notorious for playing long.
Golfer 1.
And I don't know how much you play these days. I know you are the undisputed, close to the pin champion and all, but but I don't know how much you play Oakwood, but
Golfer
that
2,
hole
putting
definitely
for par.
known to play a little longer than you expect.
I'm playing more of the daily contest to try to, teach newer players through, Golden Tee Social. So I'm seeing the same setup for those daily contests, but I do know a couple times I get out to play, whether it's in the office or wherever.
Not in my town, because you never come over.
I deleted your phone number, actually.
Yeah, that was great.
No, but I definitely noticed that. And again, very slight elevation change, which might play into that extra distance.
That's exactly what it is.
People don't analyze it, and that comes from me because I definitely do not spend enough time analyzing my shot. I just don't. I never have. I don't
overthink it by any means, because
that's why
I get in trouble when I
used to overthink, and now I'm just like, I'm just going to roll with it and see what happens.
Yeah, because you get in trouble when you overthink.
Exactly.
Think about it enough. Look at your wind, look at your elevation, look at the club you want to use, right? And then you kind of go with it. You don't want to think too much. Learn the game, of course, but I'll tell you what, it doesn't take much more than that. We have a request for a change.
What's playing?
I'm not sure, but if we have a request for it to change,
Played that one
must be
too
bad.
long, Jim.
Oh, look at this
There's a little
shot.
razzle-dazzle.
I was just going to say, this is a tough shot to get close, and he did it.
That was
All right,
final
now I got to
time
say,
today.
Chris Longino actually reached out to me on Facebook Messenger. Really solid point. Chris Eversole has world championships on both live and 4.
Yeah,
and
I mentioned Eversole. Yeah.
And I quote, "Put him on your Mount Rushmore twice, son!" Exclamation mark. He's right. Chris is, and you brought him up,
This is
but
spinning back.
and I apologize for
Golfer
not
1, ready to
remembering his 2 victories on both.
He's
one
one of
on
the-
each platform.
He's
That is-
definitely one of the GOATs. I mean, no doubt.
I believe, what is it, him and Kinzer
Golfer 1 will be putting.
and Haas have championships
Four
on
and
Golden
live.
Tee
Golfer
4,
2, putting
which was
here
2000
for
and
eagle.
2005, and then Golden Tee Live. All right, so Jed,
Jetty, huge shot of 18. I think that was enough to get it done, too.
no, I think he needed to ace that to tie.
I thought he was.
No, it was 2-1, -2
Oh.
to -1, yeah. All right, so that's tough because you're, a foot away? If he aced that, he would have went into sudden death. But these guys securing that free entry fee, and for people like me who are super cheap, that's $100.
Yeah.
Well, $80 you just saved, which is always fun to have. So,
And it gives you a little extra 20 to get into the hole and win side pot
Yes,
tomorrow,
that's a good
too,
point.
which is a pretty cool thing to be in, too.
all right, so things are going to wrap up here soon for the handicap tournament. Kevin Lindsay, Brandon Robinson here. Thanks again for you guys joining us. Depending on what's going on and the craziness behind us as people wrap up their games and they start playing for fun and money and hanging out and all that.
Some cash games will be
We
going on,
may
I'm
or may
sure.
not be breaking out the Target Toss Pro on the live stream.
I'm interested.
Be sure that you are following us and subscribing on Golden Tee's Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Mixer, because that's exactly where we're going to be live all weekend long. And Brandon, I appreciate you joining me.
Yeah, it's
we
great.
actually
it's great
we
hanging out.
actually heard some text messages that we actually sound pretty well, and
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. It makes me
I
feel
don't
better
know
about
I don't know if
myself.
they're being honest or not, but
Well,
but going back to that Mount Rushmore conversation, I think that's a good discussion for Golden Tee fans. So if you're not a part of it now, go on Facebook, search Golden Tee Fan Facebook group, join there. If you're looking for players to play, I know when a lot of us travel, we go on there and say, hey, I'll be in, Louisiana next week, or I'll be
anybody
in
play?
Charlotte. What
Where
are
does
your
everybody
local
play?
spots? And if you can't make it out to a tournament, going on those forums and messaging us on Twitter
It
and
works.
social media.
It works. It's worked
You're
for
gonna-
me, and it worked for you.
Exactly.
It
You're
really
going to make
has.
friends. You're going to
Yep.
play more. You're going to get better, and you're going to have a good time. What time is it? It's almost. Let me break out the phone
We
clip
still
here.
have
It's 10:30.
An hour and
It's
25
hour
minutes
and 25
to play the
minutes.
daily.
Yep. Castle Shire, $4,000 online for Freaky Friday. If you're in Chicago or the suburbs, about 2-hour average drive. Get here by 11 a.m. Central Time on Saturday to sign up. Be one of 115 or so that are going to compete for major prizes. If we get over 100 people, Stefan and Sussex Bowl are going to add an extra $10,000 in the prize pool, which is massive. And that doesn't just go to the gold bracket. It goes to silver, and it goes to the pink bracket. It spreads out across the board. So there's brackets for everybody, regardless of skill level. And
for the drinkers, there's plenty of drink specials as well.
Cold beverages, Busch Light, because you're in Wisconsin. Great food, great pizza, great service. But we're going to go to a quick break. We're going to come back with some more Golden Tee action, and then afterwards we're going to take another break and then move over to some Target Toss Pro just to throw back to some of our classic games here. So, Brandon, thank you for joining me, my friend. I appreciate it. You're going to hear more of him this weekend. I'm Kevin Lindsay. You are watching the 2020 Wisconsin Open, part of the National Golden Tee Tour.
That made the green. Here again is golfer 2. Close, Peter. Right by the pin. Back to the talented golfer 1. From the first cut, off the green. This guy's magic around the greens. Golfer 2 about to putt. It's in for a birdie 3. Teeing it up first is golfer 1. ready to tee off. It's golfer 2. Over to golfer 1.
A light touch will get this close.
Golfer 2. Golfer 2 with the putter, this for par. Golfer 1. Golfer 1 needing this for par. Up first, golfer 1. Next up, golfer 2. Sticky breaks, Peter. Golfer 1 with a follow-up. And in. Yes! Golfer 2, this for birdie. And now the tee shot of golfer 1. That's a good way to start, Peter. On tee now, it's golfer 2. That's a good tee shot, Peter. Now hitting is golfer 2.
What a nice lie. On the green, pull out the putter.
Golfer 1 to take a go at it. He'll be happy with this. Golfer 2 on the dance floor. That's in for a 3. Great eagle. Golfer 1 with a bid for eagle. With honors to golfer 1. Ready to tee it up, it's golfer 2.
That was something.
Golfer 1. Here is golfer 2.
Needed a little more mustard.
Golfer 2 with a bid for eagle. In the cup, Peter. Golfer 1 to putt. That's how you play a par 5. Nice eagle. Golfer 1 first up.
That was not the intended effect.
And now the tee shot of golfer 2.
You have to get it to the pin.
Back to golfer 1.
Never up, never in.
Golfer 2 with a shot at eagle. Golfer 1, a nice birdie opportunity. Golfer 1 readies the putter. A nice par, Peter. Golfer 2 is putting. Ah, yes, a birdie free. Golfer 2 up at the tee.
Well, well, well.
Golfer 1 ready to hit. With club in hand, it's golfer 1 from the fairway.
Amazing.
Once again, it's golfer 2. Golfer 2 with an eagle putt. Golfer 1 with a look at eagle. Golfer 2 ready to hit. Safely on the green. Ready to tee it up. Golfer 1. What a nice shot. Golfer 2 to putt. Wow, an eagle. Golfer 1 about to putt. It's in for eagle. Golfer 2 up at the tee.
Watch it grab here, Jim.
Golfer 1 is ready to tee off.
Jim, I love this job.
Golfer 1 putting. That's in the hole. Great birdie. Golfer 2. Nice touch. Golfer 2 first up. Golfer 1 on tee. Golfer 2 is up. Golfer 1 is up.
Well, it's better than a drop, but not by much.
Golfer 2 will be putting. Birdie 3 there, Peter. Golfer 1.
Just a tapper to the green, Jim. It's in. Never assume. Good job.
On tee now, it's golfer 2.
Yeah, too much power.
Golfer 1 at the tee. Over to golfer 2. Golfer 1 is putting. done for two, a birdie. Golfer 2 readies the putter. She got her par. Golfer 1 has honors. A drive right on the carpet, Peter. Next up, golfer 2. Returning to golfer 1. It got tangled up in the foliage. Golfer 2, hitting out of the dirt.
That's a juicy lie.
Drop and grab. Golfer 1 stands before the ball.
Off the dirt. I don't know about this.
Think again, Peter. Golfer 2 with this for birdie. And there we go. Golfer 1, this left for birdie. Ready at the tee. It's golfer 1.
That was a long ball, Jim.
Ready at the tee. It's golfer 2. Golfer 1. And it's on. With club in hand, it's golfer 2. Golfer 1 with a chance at birdie. Golfer 2 looking for a birdie. Golfer 2 needing this for par. Golfer 1 with the putter, this for par. Golfer 1 has honors.
That's huge.
Golfer 2 on tee. Golfer 2 with a fine fairway lie. Pull out the putter. She's on the green. Returning to golfer 1.
Watch out for the wind here, Jim. You really have to be careful. That's right on target. Nice shot.
Golfer 2 with the blade. Put it on the card. Eagle 3. Golfer 1 on the green. It's in for a birdie 4, Peter. Golfer 2 is ready to tee off.
There's no way.
Golfer 1 ready to hit.
It's on the green, Jim, but we'll need a GPS to get home.
Golfer 1, a chance for eagle. That putt made it, Peter. Golfer 2 with the putter, trying for eagle. Golfer 2 with an attempt at birdie. Golfer 2 with the putter, trying for par. Golfer 1 on tee. That better take wings. Golfer 2 now on tee. And now, golfer 1.
Keep going.
Now to golfer 2.
From the dusty, hard dirt.
Golfer 1.
Well, well, well.
Golfer 2, ready to putt. Golfer 1 with the putter. Golfer 2 putting for birdie. Golfer 1 with a putt for birdie. That was from downtown. Golfer 1 hits first.
That'll draw closer.
Golfer 2 on tee. She doesn't want to be wet.
That's a nice shot to the green there.
Golfer 1, a birdie attempt. Golfer 2 on the dance floor. Settles for bogey. Golfer 1 with a putt for birdie. Put it on the card. Golfer 1 on tee at the finishing hole. Oh, brother. And now the final tee shot of golfer 2.
It's buried in the tall grass, Jim.
Back to golfer 1. Golfer 1 with the short stick. And in for par. Golfer 2. How about that shot?
All right, guys, so we are going to wrap things up here at the handicap tournament portion of the 2020 Wisconsin Open. All these guys have won their entry into tomorrow's main event at this point. They're just playing for the cash. So we're going to wrap things up on the handicap side. We are going to take a quick break, have a breathe, have a drink, eat some food, relax, and then we are going to flip over to some Target Toss Pro. We're going to break out the bags and the darts from many years ago in deep in the IT archives. So myself, I believe Mouth, Adam Fitzgerald, a few others are going to be mic'd up, and we're going to play that and just have some fun as we get geared up for this big event. 115, 120 players tomorrow here for the 5-course qualifier, and then of course the main event of Sunday. So Kevin Lindsay saying sayonara for a few minutes, but make sure you're staying tuned to our Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Mixer, because we will be back very shortly with some throwback classics.
It was this shot that started the music.